Well, there you go, folks. Geoengineering at its finest as a nation view of the radar loop. May 9th. It's approximately 1:45 in the morning. And as you can see, the whole nation's NEXRAD radar sites are lit up from coast to coast. Now, this is proof that this is geoengineering. These NEXRAD towers are used to manipulate your weather, not to track it, as your weathermen want you to believe. Now, these weathermen aren't in actual control of it. That's all done through other various entities, but they are privy to the information, and they know exactly what is going on, and they just love it that they're in on the loop, and that is why they won't tell you the truth. Look at that loop, and watch the storms track as they go around those NEXRAD centers. Okay. I'd like to point out here, I'm right over here. We have a NEXRAD tower that is right up here. That's where you see all these flashes coming from. There's towers on each of these sites. Some are mobile and some are not. The ones here, this one is a stationary one, this one is a stationary one, this one is a stationary one, this one is stationary, that one's stationary. I think these might be a few mobile ones, but these are all stationary ones here. You see this one blip up over here? Because they're sending energy this way. They're cooking your atmosphere to cause dry lines and to form the more severe storms and downpours of where they want it to rain and not to rain. Okay, this is how they're steering your weather, and they're using microwave to do it. And I tell you what, microwave is not a very healthy thing. If you're up there in the sky anyway, if you're a pilot and having to fly through that right now, it's probably not fun. Because actually it disrupts your brain activity. Just 2 minutes of exposure, if you're flying through it, it's going to disrupt your brain for a couple hours, few hours. So your flying abilities could be affected just by flying through this. But you can research the science on that on your own if you'd like, about the effects of microwave on the human brain. However, you can just tell, look at how extreme this is. I mean, they got all the towers lit up on this one. I'm thinking it's because we've got this big pressure system here, and they're forming the other pressure here. This is a monster storm. This is where we got our snow back on May 3rd, and the storm is still right here, twisting and turning, and they formed a new one here. They are actually forming these storms right here in the Midwest for the rest of the nation. This is the other storm. This is the other storm. Two huge monster storms, just like you saw in that movie, Day After Tomorrow, right? Like I said, we are ground zero here. They couldn't do any of this without Iowa, all right? They could turn on these all they want. If we turned ours off here, it would really throw them, because of the way the demography is in the mountains and the flat terrain, and the way the cold air comes down from the north and the warm air comes up through the south. It's Tornado Alley, as we know. But I was watching some videos and just decided to check out the weather before I stepped out and had a little ciggy. And because I didn't want to get poured on, because, hey, look at there's me. And this is what I saw in AccuWeather, because I had this on my phone. I just hit a little thing and it popped in. Because I like to keep a track of the radar, because this will show. Now, not all maps, not all radar maps will show this. You watch your local news, and their radar maps will not show you this stuff. They have a totally different software suite that's more like a computer model than it is the actual reflections of. Now, once in a while, they'll give you a map, and they'll just say, oh, that's ground clutter, or it's rain not making it to the ground. Wonder why it's not making it to the ground, okay? Because when they build the storms, they build it literally in layers, okay? They have the bottom, top, and you know, and there's several layers that they build up to form the atmosphere, so that when they shoot the energy through it, these nuclei react to the energy being sent through. Depending on what they set the frequency at and the power, you'll get rain or dry it out, okay? Depending on how you're exciting those molecules that they're putting up there. And recently I've heard some pretty scary stuff of what else they're putting in those trails. talking about bacteria, viruses, combined with aluminum. It goes into your ground, and basically they can turn on the virus with the microwave. So you wonder why people get sick and all over the country? Well, they can do it now at a push of a button. They put the virus inside of the nuclei of the bacteria, and then they spread the bacteria, and they can activate it whenever they want, in 2 hours or 200 years, because this stuff will lay dormant. Ask any grave digger that goes up and digs up graves. This is a video I watch. I'm just regurgitating here. I'll give them credit. AccuWeather, give you complete credit, because you will show this stuff. But it's up to us to figure it out. These are actually powering on and off really quick to send a pulse of energy this way. Okay? It's literally turning off and on again. It's not ground clutter. It's not radar loop feedback or anything. This is... Now, the reason why they put off this signature is because of the immense power that is being generated out of these radar towers that you'll see around your community, that your local weather stations say they use to track storms, when actually it's other entities that use those same towers to modify your weather, and they are in their employ, okay, in a backwoods sort of way, where they get paid through the back door, and they get to be weathermen on TV, and hey, they could be wrong and still keep their jobs. You know, it's one of those things. And they don't care because they're getting the dough. But don't you know, here you go. And I have years of footage, okay, of here in Iowa. I've been tracking this. I got multiple radar returns like this. I got some pretty good stuff, but this is one I caught tonight, and thought I'd share it with you. Geoengineering, using microwave energy weapons, all right, because they're not doing this because they're your friend. Okay, it's all across the nation, all the way across. All right, now I want to make a correction on that app that I recommended. It's Skyder, S-K-Y-D-E-R Alert. Go download that app. Just Google it, download it. Costs $2.99. Pay for it. It's 5 stars. I love it. Take a picture of this stuff, and it uploads all to your representatives, no matter where you live. It locates where your location is, and it sends it all out to your congressmen and reps, and even though they're all just part of the whole corporation over here in D.C., right? We all know about that. But, you know, it sends out, let them know that you know what's going on, and you don't like it, it's against the law. And it is. It's against the UN treaties. It's against the Nuremberg treaties. All kinds of treaties are being violated here, not with our consent. Okay? Corporations and stockholders does not give consent to break the Constitution. Nobody has consent to break the Constitution. All right, they need to openly disclose and educate the people and give informed consent and guidance. Government really shouldn't be telling you and forcing you to do anything. They should just provide guidance and leave the rest up to you. And if you make other people suffer, then you suffer the consequences. That's the natural law. It's the way the Constitution was based on, was natural law. So, not the Queen's law, natural law. Not human rights, but God-given rights, the ones that every human being is born with. If we were governed that way, we'd be popular in the whole world, wouldn't we be? But we're not doing that right now. You know, we've got so much infighting going on within our own governments, okay? They're fighting with each other now. This is what you wanted. Well, this is what you're getting. Your government fighting within each other. Benghazi is a good example. All right, we have one form of government fighting with another form, literally, and it costing lives, making decisions where they know they're costing another form of government's lives on purpose. All right, to further their political agendas and to protect their asses instead of getting a correct job done. They shouldn't be down there trading weapons. We should be having a foreign policy just totally interfering with somebody else's affairs because we don't believe in their form of worship. I mean, I'm a Christian man, and I understand they're doing horrible things over there with the killing of Christians. Okay, I'm not into killing from Muslims either. Okay, unless they're killing Christians. All right, but at the same time, we have a domestic winters is in Washington, D.C., especially over here on the East Coast. And they got these trains that actually travel at Mach 2, okay? Mach 2 trains, all right? We get Amtrak, all right? You get slave goods. That's all you get here in America. It's just enough technology and health care to keep you alive long enough to put you in the ground after you can't produce anymore. All right, and they give you enough tools like cell phones to make you more productive, cars to make you more productive, to get point A to point B a little faster, but they don't make it for free, do they? All right, they'll make it free and easy, like just plain solar battery electric vehicles that will go 150, 200 miles an hour or faster, Mach 2 trains, okay? You get from here to there in no time, huh? And they're all underground. It sounds crazy, but Google it if you want. I mean, it's out there. And also I have a few sources that have actually been there, truckers. I talked to truckers. They've been there. All right? It's not always allowed to talk about things they do. They lose their cushy gig. So again, just wanted to show this to you. It's updating. It's over and over again here with this loop. So the last frame there is at 215 or 115. Maybe I should go ahead and hit a refresh before I wrap this up, right? Show you how slow my system is. Actually, it's not too bad. This machine that I bought for $100 on eBay has a 2 gig processor, and I bought it 8 years ago, so it still runs great. You can do that when you're a techie. Okay, 145 actually is the last frame on this one. Okay, here in Iowa we get bolt lightning. Big, bold, thunderous bolts of lightning. Okay, now it's tornado down here, man. I'm telling you, somewhere there's a tornado. I bet you. I mean, I could probably go to some of the alerts here and look, but these are all next red towers that you see. These are not. This is not the storm. These are the next red towers putting out the energy, and it is reflecting on what's in the atmosphere. So this is all chem from sea to shining sea there. Maybe one other map. Let's look at the satellite really quick, and that would give you a good definite reason why. This is not moisture. So zoom out to region. I don't know why it's putting me there. As you can see, the moisture here. All right, let's zoom out to nation. Here you go, folks. Let's hit a good old play so you can get a good look at this. Sorry for the delay of reloading pages. Okay, there you go with the satellite map for the look of the chemicals, that might be in the air. AccuWeather, I've not really seen them scrub any of this out, so that's just how thick that is. So from sea to shining sea, this is all man-made storms, so that's all chem there. This is all chem there. So you've got chem coming in here, chem all the way from here to here, and then those next rad sites lighting it up. Okay, using the intense energy to utilize the moisture content here. sometimes they even just shear it off. Look at it. See how dense it is here? Now just right at the last frame, okay? Like I said, it's not just to make rain, it's there to take it away. Remember, the Bible says the Antichrist specifically has the power to make it not rain on the earth. Okay? And if these people are really out to destroy the planet, like the Bible says that these people are, that God is specifically there to judge those that are there that are destroying the earth. Okay? Now, I'm an environmentalist of that we are stewards, okay? Like God said we should. Have dominion over the earth. That means you manage the planet and its resources. You manage it. You don't consume them up and destroy everything, like the atmosphere. One thing I want to leave this out to, and I can go on and on. It'll take forever to upload this one. Henry Ford originally made the Model T to run on hemp oil. Think about that. And it's not that he was a big pot smoker. Okay? He was not a big on that. But he was big on the environment. And he knew, okay, he knew about petroleum. And he knew that, oh gosh, am I going to get back to the map I want? That if you were to spill petroleum, it would kill everything around it. There's a zoom up of some of those. And if you were to spill hemp, it's not going to hurt a darn thing. It'll biodegrade right in the environment. In fact, it might even help some environments. Okay? Let's go to zoom out to nation again. And actually, I just got this from just in my state when I was looking at this, just for my local. And I recognized the NextRad signature right away just for the Des Moines region. And noticed it was making a nice severe storm coming from the west to east at me. And that one actually could also contain a tornado. Actually, where there's a bow echo, much like there is with the one down south there in Oklahoma. I've driven out there in Oklahoma, oh goodness. But there I am right there. It looks like they got something severe going on. These are bow echoes. These are lines that are traveling this way. One thing would be traveling this way and you just get some training, then you might get some bow echoes this way. But that's a wall cloud of an intense distance and length that's heading across Oklahoma, so prayers for you guys there. But you saw the satellite and the chem, the two different storms. Now you're seeing the movement there. Uh-oh, stack overflow. That's